the Saturday edition of the Box Seat. I'm Adam McGrath and joined by Mark Olmos. Mark, really excited about taking a look at this card. One of the harder two-year-old races to look at early on in the program as well.
We've also got the listed Old Comrades Stakes of the second race, Adam, but Day 2 of our Autumn Carnival should be a fantastic day of racing despite whatever weather we get.
Yeah, let's take a look at the conditions that we will be faced with. The Mooble rail is out 6 metres, running on a good four at the moment, but do check that because of the conditions that are expected. As you mentioned, slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. So, as I said, do keep an eye on the social media page, especially Twitter, for any updates there with the weather. Race number 1, it is over the 1,000 metres for the 2-year-olds. Amazing to say that this is probably the hardest 2-year-old race to pick, considering we had an $85 winner on Wednesday at Ascot. So it just shows how open this race is.
A lot of 2-year-olds going around at the moment, Adam, who are rung below that level with some of those good form lines. But one that's returning, number 8, Dainty Tess, has had a good trial between runs and last start beat Kimbo's Girl.
After the leader, Kimbo's Girl led a half a length. Dainty Tess popped the question though, closing in on it. They're 3 in front of Rich Red. A race in 2 with 150 to go. Dainty Tess grabbed the lead for Pike, fighting back. Kimbo's Girl though won't give in for Nucky. Dainty Tess hands and heels. She's just in front. Dainty Tess will prevail.
What a trial that was there by Dainty Tess. Attacked the line strongly, 3 wide, under a hold from Jerry Noski. Just love the way that she loomed up to the line. I'm confused with this filly. I really am. I thought the run that when beaten 7 lengths by Trademark was weak, and I thought that summarised her well. Then came out and beat Kimbo's Girl. Now, Kimbo's Girl was rolled as a $1.16 favourite, so I'm still unsure on those form lines. The War Chant fillies we've seen, there haven't been too many. They've been really tough and gritty animals that have fought down, but this one might just be a little bit different. That trial was hard to ignore. William Pike on, barrier 1. There's a lot of positives for her.
I guess the only thing with her, Adam, is whether you want to take the early price of $2.80. She'll probably come in shorter on race day, I think, as well. Number 1, Next Generation from the Neville Parnham yard. Comes off a trial as well behind Wrinkley, only a 400 metre trial, so can't really tell too much. The first time we're seeing it since January.
That's the biggest thing for mine. Now, I think Next Generation is the best horse in this race, but the last time it went into a prep off a 400 metre trial, it really struggled late. That was over 1,100 metres, so a bit of forgiveness there, but ended up being beaten 2 lengths. Now, it was by Swedish Memories, which we've seen the form lines really hold up, but I just don't like the 400 metre trial leading into a prep. Barrier 12 as well will have to do some work because there's plenty of speed in this race. I just think it leaves him vulnerable first up, but as I mentioned, when you look at the form lines, the River, Speeding Comment and Swedish Memories, they are a mile better than anything else in this race.
Hard to ignore those form lines out of the Karrakatta Plate, Adam. We've also got number 11, Daraja Jewel, who's been trialling sensationally, gets the blinkers on here.
The filly by Demeriter, I really like here, and the Demeriter gallopers are going along nicely. The biggest thing is I just thought it was a really open race, and we know that Simon Miller has his 2-year-olds running early. The blinkers going on, they've got plenty of speed, and then I look at the family as well, out of the same dam as Hardball Get and also Pachuri Jewel. There's a lot of class there. Hardball Get winning $415,000. Pachuri Jewel's only won the $67,000 as a 3-year-old at the moment, but got a lot of speed as well, as we've seen that in recent campaigns. So I've elected to go this way. Number 11, Daraja Jewel. From number 1, Next Generation, the 8, Dainty Tess, and 12, Jenabelle.
I've got the favourite on top, Adam. Number 8, Dainty Tess, on top of 6, Hoboken, 1, Next Generation, and 13, Qualista.
Race number 2, it's over the 1,600 metres, a listed event here, very similar to what we saw in the listed Grandstand Cup. And we may have similar conditions again if that rain does come as expected.
Which will favour our replay horse, which we're going to have a look at, number 4, Winkin and Nod, winning the Grandstand Cup 2 starts ago.
Now coming to the outside with her run, she's putting in at the 250 Dream Lifter, quickly gathered up by Winkin and Nod. She sailed past them now with 150 to travel. Further back is Street Bandit, Respondent running on. Winkin and Nod though draws away from them. The Grandstand Cup's all over, and if you're in the Grandstand you can cheer her home to victory.
Look, this was the best bet of the year so far. I mentioned that in the box seat leading up, and she didn't let us down at all. Just a small field, sat there comfortably, massive weight swing, had 7 kilos on Battle Hero and Young Lionel from when they met in the listed Bunbury Stakes, and she just went straight past them, and that was the race over. As you mentioned, the moment the rain came, the money came as well. She backed into under $2, I think it was in the end. Now, the only concern, it meets all the other gallopers the same weight. The 1,600 metres is a big tick. The conditions are a big tick. This is her 3rd run in 3 weeks. Now, that is the only thing I'm putting a big question mark over. I think she's got the class to take care of this field. I've got no doubt about that at all. Barrier's perfect. Will she be fresh enough with a horse like a Battle Hero that's had that extra week off?
We've just got to trust in Justin Warwick, and I think he'll have his horse's prime. I think this mare, he wouldn't be racing her if he didn't think that she was good to go. And just look at that soft track form, Adam. 5 starts, 4 wins, 1 second. Very, very hard to ignore. We've also got number 1, Respondent, who comes out of that same Grandstand Cup. Run before that in the Bunbury Stakes was okay as well behind Young Lionel. Probably didn't get going in the wet last start.
Yeah, analysing those other runners, as you mentioned, I thought the wet conditions just didn't help Respondent. A dry track was certainly be an advantage. Young Lionel was good. I actually thought Respondent probably attacked the line better, and I took in consideration what you were saying there, the track as well. So I actually have Respondent in front of Young Lionel there. Battle Hero was good. Again, a dry track will definitely suit the way that Battle Hero goes. And Street Bandit, the horse down the bottom that probably jumped as a $101 chance, only lost by 4.5 lengths and didn't mind the soft track as well. Has placed on 5 occasions from 8 attempts when it is a soft track, so that is one that I'd be taking note of. I think Terra Force will just be a little bit behind them in this race. So we'll take a look at the selections. I'm going to go with number 4, Wink and a Nod. From 3, Battle Hero, 1, Respondent, and 2, Young Lionel.
I'm putting a pen through Young Lionel's last run. I'm going with it on top. Number 2 from 3, Battle Hero, 1, Respondent, and 4, Wink and a Nod.
Race number 3 at Ascot. It's over the 1,200 metres, a benchmark 78 plus event, and there's a lot of quality in this race. Dawn Approach, we know, is a quality galloper. Ron's Call, War Prince, a recent winner. Jimmy Taylor's got a few nice ones, and we see the return of Man Booker as well.
I cannot wait to see this horse return after what was such an impressive campaign. Also the half to Atacama Sky as well, the older half-brother. We'll have a look at its replay of 2 starts back when it won the WA Guineas in such impressive fashion.
Ton of luck in the straight. Spirit Bird swept up, went to the lead, 300 to go. Here comes Man Booker down the outside with his run. The stablemate London Line running on. Man Booker, Spirit Bird, the cobbler, London Line. Blackwood runs on. Man Booker, 50 to go. Spirit Bird coming back. Man Booker, Spirit Bird, Man Booker.
Jumped that day as a $9 chance, and Man Booker just didn't let her down. Her 23 lady owners. It's an amazing story. This horse has managed to develop 8 starts, 4 wins, one of them group as well, and a place. This horse has a lot of turn of foot as well. We saw that at Belmont in those early campaigns, and I read a lot into this with Dan Morton not doing a trial. He knows how his horses go. If they need a trial, like a dainty test, he'll send them to the trials. When he doesn't, I take note because they still normally run very well first up. For mine, this horse is going to play a big part later on in the year. I'm really excited about what it can do. Does it have the class to beat Dawn Approach first up? I'm not quite sure, but for mine, it's between those two.
Like you said, Adam, with no trial, you get the feeling the stable are quite confident going into this race, and I just can't wait to see this galloper back on the track. He's so exciting last start. We've also got, as you mentioned, number 1, Dawn Approach, coming off that impressive trial after racing in some good standard of races last prep.
I think Takahide Ikanushi still got sore arms. He was holding Dawn Approach back that much. It was one of the biggest strangulations I've seen go down the straight. Now you're taking the 3 kilo claim to Randy Tan as well, so just the 58.5 kilos. And when it's only given a horse like Man Booker a 3 kilo swing, I think that's a really big advantage. The horse has had 4 runs first up for a victory and 2 placings as well. Loves running at the track and distance. I would have rather this been over 1,100 metres first up, but I think Dawn Approach is a classy galloper. We'll see this horse run in some nice listed races, especially by the time we head back at Belmont. And that is the way that I'm going to be tipping. Dawn Approach on top from number 7, Man Booker, 2, Ron's Call, and 5, Petrol Power.
Adam, we've got the $9 shot on top. Number 2, Ron's Call. I think he can break through here. From 3, War Prince, 1, Dawn Approach, and 7, Man Booker.
Race number 4, it's over the 1,800 metres at Ascot. A few of these horses have been going against each other. One thing we do know, though, there is a lot of strong form in this race and winning form as well.
The 1,800 metres is a little bit of a leveller as well, Adam. We've got some horses coming back down in distance and some going up. We'll have a look at the replay of I'm Feeling Lucky beating the Raconteur Stakes winner last week, All G.
Half away, Grey Enigma, followed by Futurism, then Fitzrovia. At the head of the others, I'm Feeling Lucky. Parnham at the 200 had sent All G to the lead, though. He snuck a length and a half clear. Battling away, Futurism. I'm Feeling Lucky, running on strongly. All G's off his feet from Futurism, and I'm Feeling Lucky. I'm Feeling Lucky on the outside. Went to All G.
This mare has come back, just a different type of galloper. We know that she's had a lot of class, but normally we have to wait for a while as well. It takes 5 or 6 runs. She steps up to those 2,000, 2,200 metres, and then she starts knuckling down with her class. All of a sudden, we saw her come out and win a 950 metre trial. First up, she finished only 2 lengths behind Regal Commander, and then last start, as you mentioned, she beat All G on a day where it really did suit the leaders. So I think I'm really impressed with the way that she's going under Grant Williams. Randy Tan to ride, so she carries just the 55 kilos. There's not a huge amount of speed in the race, but she'll be attacking the line strongly and certainly is a winning chance.
As you saw in that replay, she came from so far back to blow away a reasonable field with a listed class winner in there, Adam. Number 4, Confusing, was good in winning last start. Nobody really gave it a chance except for myself, who tipped it on top. But going well and keeps stepping up in grade.
Career best form, there's no doubt about that. Has won 3 of its past 5, and that is at the track and distance, which is a huge positive. Again, though, I've just got a few concerns about Confusing. One of them is giving 1.5 kilos to Outlaw Pete, so that's a bit of a difference. But the one thing we've learned with this galloper, he's certainly very different. He's matured nicely, and he seems to lift his expectations and ability to every task that's thrown at him. So I'm not willing to rule him out.
And number 9, Star Exhibit, $2.70 it opened up, won its last 2 starts and is third up here. Those colours of Cerise and White, just so hard to go against.
Couldn't have been any more impressive last start. Had no right to win. Got pushed back to last on the rail. William Pike waited for a little bit of luck and he got that. And again on a day that it was pretty hard to run on in the wet, was just able to sneak up on the rail, keep coming. Pike didn't draw the whip once in that, and that's the biggest thing I took note of. It was hands and heels the whole way. He said he didn't need to go there, and then the step up in distance next would be a big advantage. Now, a horse like Poonamoo gets a 3 kilo swing for only a short head defeat 2 starts ago, but I think Star Exhibit's the best run in the race. It's the one with the most progression, and that is the way that I'm going to be tipping on top. From number 2, I'm Feeling Lucky, 3, Outlaw Pete, and 4, Confusing.
I've left number 9, Star Exhibit out. I'm worried about it getting too far back this start with not a lot of speed. I've got the 2, I'm Feeling Lucky, on top of 4, Confusing, 3, Outlaw Pete, and 6, Poonamoo.